Okay, friends, thank you so much for joining me for Monday evening gentle yoga and meditation. So, as I said, this evening we're going to begin lying on our backs. So, if you'd like, you can find yourself there if you have not already. Um, know that if you are unable to find yourself onto the floor on the mat, then just follow along wherever feels intuitive to you and modify what we're doing to meet your needs in that moment. As long as you're breathing, you are practicing yoga, and that is all that really I'm going to invite you to focus on if you are able to move through some of the shapes with us. So, with that being said, I invite you all to close your eyes and begin to take yourself to a gentle breath, allowing yourself to take a deep cleansing breath in. And as you exhale, just audibly sighing it out. Taking another deep cleansing inhale, imagining it sinking all the way down to the tips of your fingers and toes. Can you sip in maybe just a little bit more at the top of that inhale? And as you exhale, sigh it out audibly. Ah. And one more time. Deep cleansing inhale. And gentle exhale, sigh it out. Ah. I invite you to drop yourself down into a more passive breath now. Keep the eyes closed down, let the body just remain in whatever shape it has found itself into. And as you're sinking into this present moment, into this time, I invite you to just scan your body. Any place that you are feeling a sense of holding or a sense of resistance, just allow yourself to drop in to the mat a little more. Just let go a little more until you find that you have softened that space, just using the breath, sigh out. Dropping down a little more with each exhale. And with each inhale, I invite you to just feel yourself creating space in those areas that are being released. Just inviting more energy, more prana, more space as we inhale, and exhaling, releasing more tension, more worry, more frustrations. Just feel yourself moving through those two edges. Inhaling, creating that space. Exhaling, surrendering and releasing. Just moving back and forth in between those two edges of the pendulum. And in the middle of those two edges of the pendulum, you find the breath gently, intentionally flowing, keeping your focus and your centered point of view on the breath. Until you find yourself all the way down to the tips of your fingers and toes. And when you find yourself down to the tips of the fingers and toes, find your body present. In yoga, the yin and the yang, the two edges, the sun and the moon, are Raja and Tamas. Raja is all of our action, all of our movement, all of our creation moving forward. And Tamas is our pause, it is our yin, it is our allowing things to gently open instead of moving them open. And Sattva is the space between the 2 points. what we're seeking constantly when we come to this mat, balance. Today, I pulled a card from my goddess deck for our goddess group, and the card was Mama Kocha, water. While you're resting here in this place of observing your intention to find balance between the edges of great experience of movement and the edge of wanting to just let it all go and pause and nothing. We just invite this very beautiful message of alignment. Overwhelm and empathy overload has opened up a tidal wave of emotions that feel like it is threatening to engulf you. Feelings are unruly now, and you may discover it's difficult to control them as you project their shattering fears onto the ocean of your life. The goddess Mama Kocha says, ask your task now to detach, to step back, and allow your feelings to pass through you like water, without judgment or disapproval. Let your fears be washed away with self-love and understanding. Let the world can be a chaotic place, and uncertainty can create instability where people will act out in incomprehensible ways. Move to higher ground. Say no to engaging and wait. Now is the time to respond when you feel ready rather than react in the heat of the moment. Let the goddess Mama Kocha, water of life, hold you up and surround you like the fluid did in your mother's womb. Let love be that water. So as we move through this practice this evening, we'll move with some fluidity, like water, but then we'll also pause and take that higher ground so that we can resonate in the feelings of high emotions and low emotions and find the space between the two. So I invite you now to shift your attention to your mind, shift your attention to your thoughts, shift your attention to anything that has been rising within you today. We are moving into new moon energy, so we are in this time of moving with the waters. Water's fluid. It comes and shares its essence with us in many forms. So as you move through this practice, invite the fluidity, the movement, the witness of the mind, the emotion, the body. How is it communicating, sharing with you its messages? Be the witness to it all without attachment. Just ride the wave. Now we'll begin to bring in that intentional breath, that companion on this journey of yoga. Feel the body as it expands and creates space from the navel all the way up to the shoulders, expanding out in all directions, just creating space, creating that space. And then as you exhale, just feel yourself releasing what no longer serves you, preparing your body to move with that breath, to move fluidly with that breath, with this practice. We'll take 2 more deep cleansing breaths here, just like this, creating that space, finding that expansion, and surrendering what's out of alignment, what's no longer serving. 1 more breath here, expand, create space. And on the exhale, this time sigh it out audibly. And with your feet firmly grounded, we're going to walk the feet up. With the feet firmly ground into the earth here. So we're finding ourselves now preparing the body to move. So if your legs are extended, then walk the feet in so they're about hip-width distance apart. Again, if you're unable to lie on the mat, just emulate the movements that feel intuitive for you here now. Arms are by the side, palms facing down, and walk the shoulder blades away from the ears. Feet are firmly rooted, firmly grounded. We're going to take a deep breath in. On the exhale, just rotate your head to look towards the right. On the inhale, the head comes through center, and on the exhale, the head rotates towards the left. Inhale through center, exhaling to the right. Inhale through center, and exhaling to the left. Taking 2 more movements here. Inhale through center, exhale, look to the right. Inhale through center, and exhale, looking towards the left. On the next inhale, the head comes through center. We just find a neutral position for the spine. Take a moment here, extend your arms overhead. Just observe how far the arms can reach. Observe if there's anything impeding your arms moving overhead, and just adjust yourself. So if you need to, you can slide down your mat so that your feet are closer towards the end of the mat and there's more extension on the mat. So just take a moment to situate your body there, and then we're going to pause, bringing the arms back down by the side and settling into that awareness with our feet, really feeling them rooted in. We're going to place our hands at the hip points and take a pelvic tilt. So what that means is take your low back towards the earth, the tailbone towards the knees. On the inhale, release that pelvic tilt, allowing a curvature in the low back. Inhale, exhale, pelvic tilt, low back towards the earth. Inhale, release the pelvic tilt. So you just feel the hip points rocking underneath your hands. Exhale, pelvic tilt, taking that low back towards the mat. Inhale, releasing and creating that curvature in the low back. So we're just warming up the low back here. And also we're tapping into that water element. Pelvic tilt towards the earth. Inhale, release. So just keep moving with your breath as I'm sharing a little bit of what we're doing here. Inhaling, exhaling, pelvic tilt, and inhaling, releasing. We're just rocking this pelvis back and forth. This is where the sacral chakra lives. This is where the element of water resides in our energy being. So as we're just moving those hips back and forth, we are getting an anatomical benefit, but we're also getting an energetic benefit, which is moving into flowing, feeling that sense of flow as you come back and forth. So again, just like we talked about, working those edges of the pendulum, one side to the other. Take 2 more movements here, just really feeling that low back, getting some nice releasing as you press down towards the earth and traction the base of the spine away from the head, engaging the core a little bit here. Last one, pelvic tilt. And release. Now let your hands come by your side. On the next inhale, pelvic tilt. Keep the head looking towards the ceiling. So if you need to observe me, observe before you move. On the inhale, we're going to pelvic tilt, lift the hips, lift the middle back. So only coming up as high as the mid back. So I'm not coming all the way up into a bridge. Then we're going to take that spine and drop down 1 vertebra at a time, keeping that tailbone pointed towards the knees, and then release the pelvic tilt. Inhale, pelvic tilt. Lift the hips. Lift the middle back. Head looks directly at the ceiling, keeping the neck safe. Exhale, lower down 1 vertebra at a time. Inhale, pelvic tilt, lift the hips and the middle back. Exhaling, roll down one vertebra at a time. One more time like this. Inhale, pelvic tilt, lift the hips and the middle back. Should be feeling a little warming happening in the quads. Exhale, roll down one vertebra at a time. Now, on the next inhale, we're going to incorporate the arms. So that extension we did with the arms reaching overhead will come out whenever the hips lift, and when the hips return to the earth, the arms flow back by the sides. We're beginning to flow upper and lower body together. So we'll begin here. Pelvic tilt. Lift the hips and the arms, extending arms as hips come up only to that middle back. Exhale, roll down one vertebra at a time, releasing the pelvic tilt as the hands come grounded on the earth. Inhale, pelvic tilt, lift the hips and the middle back, extend the arms overhead. Exhale, flowing arms back by your side as you release the pelvic tilt last. Inhale, lift and extend, creating that space. Exhale, lower and release. Hands come down by your side. 2 more. Inhale, lift and extend. Exhale, lower and release. This time we're going to pause at the top. Inhale, lift and extend and pause. So feet are firmly grounded. Be mindful of where your knees are. Engage your glutes to support your low back. Extend through the crown of the head, creating space from the feet all the way out through the crown of the head. Hold here and breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Without retreating, we're moving on purpose. We're going to exhale and begin to lower down one vertebra at a time and release the hands down, release the back down, the hips down, and pause. Let your legs come out long on your mat and just observe where you're feeling sensations. How is your body communicating with you? How are you experiencing this moment of your practice? So as we spoke at the beginning of the practice, Rajastic movements are all that action. So we did all this action through the movements. And then tamas is when we pause, when we allow ourselves to just integrate, to be in rest. Even though we're not moving, there's still movement occurring in the body, in the spirit, in the mind, in the breath. Just take 2 more breaths here as the witness. Take a deep breath in, side out. On the next inhale, let's draw the knees up towards the chest. Wrap the arms around the legs. Maybe give them a hug and rock the body gently from side to side. Moving with intention, recognizing that you're in no hurry. We are exactly where we are meant to be right now. So allow those movements to remain fluid and intentional. As you're ready, come back to center and pause. Sliding hands towards kneecaps, arms are fully extended. Inhale here. On the exhale, draw the knees towards the chest. Circle the knees out, away from one another, around and together. So we're just moving all the way through the hip joints here. Again, head can remain in alignment with the spine. Just a nice, gentle, fluid flow. So as you exhale, the knees come towards the body, and as the knees are moving out and away from the body, we inhale. Just take 2 more rotations here. Pause when the knees come through center, and on the inhale, press away, out, and around, moving in the opposite direction. Slowly, intentionally breathing as you move. And then as the knees come back through center, pause, give them a hug. Take a deep breath in. Audibly sigh out. Inhale and sigh out. One more time. Inhale and sigh out. And this time you're going to rock the body from side to side and then ultimately roll all the way onto your side, resting there for just a moment. Just find yourself rolling to the side, resting for a moment, and I'll invite you up in just a few moments. Right now, just let your body be where it is so that you can find your way back to a seat. So on the inhale, gently press yourself up and find your way into easy seat. So as we find our way into easy seat, I like to use a blanket underneath my hips just to give me a little more support for my body. If you'd like, you can do that. You can place a pillow underneath you. Anything that's going to help you just find this nice elongated spine. So the important thing here is that we don't feel like we're concaved and rolling in towards our knees. We want to feel like our heart is lifted, our shoulders are down and back. We're open and ready to allow the energy to flow up and down the body. So as we find this neutral, elongated spine, close your eyes down. And with your eyes closed down, go back to that rhythmic breath that we were experiencing earlier in the practice. Just feel the breath as it draws up into the crown of the head and out through the roots. Just in and out, feeling that breath as we create this beautiful expansion on the inhale, and contraction and surrender on the exhale. Just using these next few moments to fully integrate this connection to the breath. Now that you're in this upright position. Take a deep breath in and sigh it out. From here, let's begin to roll the shoulders. You can keep your eyes closed down here. There's no need to rush to the outside. Just let yourself be wherever you are in this practice at any moment. If you're feeling a need to retreat within, stay within, and just allow yourself to go there. If you're feeling a need to move a little bit more than I'm moving you, then invite that as well. Just be mindful of why you're doing those things. Be mindful of the purpose of being on this mat here today. Pause here and reverse the circles. Move in the opposite direction. Just really beginning to wake up those joints, preparing them for movement that we're going to take them through. Now just kind of shift the shoulders from side to side. Maybe let your head get involved in that movement as well. Maybe a little rotation over the hips. So we're getting back into that fluid, that flow, that water element. Just letting your shoulders rotate around the four corners of your mat, rotating over that hips, letting the spine go wherever it's feeling intuitive to go. And then when the heart comes through center, pause and reverse that circle, move in the opposite direction. Again, swinging between those two ends of the pendulum, right, friends? Always seeking balance. We do in one direction, we'll do in the other. As the heart comes through center, pause and lift yourself up nice and tall. Let's make fists with the hands and just roll out the wrists, just beginning to allow those wrists to animate and move in any way that's feeling intuitive to you. I've been spending a few hours on the computer the last couple of days typing, so I'm definitely feeling my wrist a little bit more. Let's reverse that circle whenever you're ready. And you see here we're getting the elbows and the shoulders involved as well. And then shake it out. Just shake out the hands, shake out the wrists, shake out the arms, whatever's feeling intuitive to you. And I'm going to invite you to shift your seat so that you're facing towards the end of your mat, and bring your legs, your feet onto the mat, and the legs are going to come about mat width distance apart. So from here, we're going to take a few rotations into the hips here and just begin to wake them up a little bit more. So hands come onto the mat behind your hips. And we're just going to begin to rotate the knees from side to side, just allowing the body to shift and move in any way that feels intuitive to your hips. So I like to go a little bit further out on the hips to get the little massaging technique there on the outside of the hips. And if it feels more intuitive just to go right here, then that's okay. And if you're in a chair, you can do the same thing here. So we're just finding our access to our practice, to what feels intuitive and in alignment for each of us. This is your practice. I'm just the guide. As we come back through center, we're going to pause and just bring those knees to stillness. From here, shift your hips back. Take your feet and allow them to remain about mat width distance apart. From here, you're going to take your hands towards your feet and just roll your body inside those knees. So we're just allowing the hands to come onto the mat or the feet or wherever you feel intuitive. So I kind of like to move outside the legs and place my hands either on the outside of the mat or right on the feet. And then draw your chin in towards your chest. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Now bring awareness to the sensations you're feeling in the low back, in the hips, maybe along the outsides of the legs, along the spine, up through the crown of the head maybe. Really diving into opening up and aligning, bringing harmony and balance into that water element, into that sacral chakra. So we'll feel a deep stretch maybe in the low back here. And that is exactly the point of sensation we're seeking. And if you're not sensing that, it's okay. Just be wherever you are. That's what your body needs today. So take a deep breath in and sigh out. Just let your body become heavier and heavier. Two more breaths here. And sigh out. So from here, we're going to transition into a different shape. So just kind of let those knees come in, lift your body up, rotate the knees in and out. And I'm going to take my feet off the edge of my mat here now. So now bring your hands to that inside of the knee and let your elbows come resting on the inside of the knee. So the hands are at the ankles and the elbows are at the inside of the knee. We're going to sit up nice and tall and press the elbows in towards the knee. You're going to feel a deeper stretch into the inner thigh, into the groin. And we're lifting up through the crown, creating that space. Staying with the breath here, opening the heart. Now for the next step of our shape, our posturing here, we're moving through a series of postures that are going to lead us to a specific one. So I'm going to just guide you from one side to the other before we find our way to the final shape. We're going to take our left hand, let it just slide underneath the left leg. Wherever that is totally fine. So even if your hand is way inside here, just fingers just barely underneath the knee, that's okay. But we're going to slide that left hand out to wherever feels intuitive to you. So the hand's grounded, the feet are grounded, the toes are slightly pointed out. We're going to lift the right hand up towards the ceiling, and on the exhale, just float the torso towards the left. So we're just reaching overhead with this hand. So even if you're in a chair, you can just take your hand to the outside of the chair and fold towards the left. So just honor wherever you are. This is your practice. We're just opening up the side body here, all the way down the obliques and to the outside of that right hip. So you want to take that right shoulder blade and draw it back towards the back of your mat. Don't let yourself be rotated in. So again, you adjust here to find that extension. 2 more breaths. And then gently come up. Bring both hands to the insides of the ankles. Press those knees back. Lift the heart. So you're going to take a moment, close your eyes, and witness that right side body compared to the left. It's probably going to feel a little different, and that's okay. But we take this pause after that action, after that movement, to witness it. Take another deep breath in and sigh it out. We're going to take this right hand, do the same thing we did on the left now. So take the right hand under the knee or towards that being under the knee. Ground the hand. You're going to feel that arm pushing into the right inner thigh, and that's okay. You're going to ground this left foot so that it stays extended. We're going to lift that left hand up towards the ceiling, and on the exhale, float the body towards the right. Again, take the left shoulder blade back towards the back of your mat. So you're not rotating in, we're rotating out. Opening the heart, opening the side body, opening all the way down to that oblique. Breathing here. Head can either look down, forward, or up. Just honor wherever you are. This is your practice. Breathing into the left side body. Deep cleansing breaths with each inhale and exhale. And on the next inhale, come up. Slowly slide that right hand in. Bring that left hand back to the ankle and then place those elbows down onto the knees. So I'm going to turn towards you, stay right where you are, just so you can see where we're going from here. From here, bring your feet towards bound angle. Take a moment to adjust your hips so that you can find a grounded position. You're going to bounce the knees a little here if you need to, maybe even rock your hips from side to side. Just give yourself a nice little massage again. And then pause. From here, we're going to lift up our right leg. So if this is where you are, this is all you have to do. You can just let that left foot remain here, and you can bring the left hand into Chin Mudra on the left side, okay? If this is where you are, honor that, and halfway in between, you can switch to the other side. I'm gonna do something a little fun here, so that's why I'm giving you all of this information. This is not required. Honor your body. Remember, this is your practice. If you're feeling, it feels intuitive, both feet will come to the earth, and you'll lift them off, bringing the hands underneath the ankles. Shoulders back, heart lifted, head lifted. You can bring both elbows into the calves, soles of the feet together. This is floating lotus. So we're just gonna float here for a minute and just maybe visualize in your mind that you're rocking in the waters. I'm gonna go to the side view. We're just gonna let the body kind of organically find this balancing pose. So the feet are together, the fingers are in Chin Mudra, and we're just lifting up through the crown of the head, lifting that heart towards the feet. The jewel is shining its way towards the sun. Floating lotus. I like to just kind of rock here and just kind of play with the movements. It's a lovely representation of the water element, the lotus, which finds its way from the darkness to the light. This is feeling very much like the theme for us today, is how do we shift from one edge to the other, right? So just let yourself rock and play in this a little. And you can come out anytime you want. So just know, this is all you. This is all your practice. On the next inhale, if you are in the full floating lotus, let's bring the hands down to the heels and slowly release down. Now from here, slide your feet forward. This is where having a bolster or a pillow is going to come in really nice and handy. And we're going to fold forward. into our tortoise pose. So your feet slide out slightly, your bolster or your blanket or pillow comes resting on the edge of your feet or wherever you need it so that you can allow your head to have a place to rest. So just find this shape for yourself here. And let your body become heavy. So as you are holding the shape, I'm just going to come out and just share with you little tidbits of thought to continue to explore while you're here. So you're going to remain in this shape for several minutes. So I'm going to invite you to just close your eyes down and let yourself begin to fall into the beautiful awareness of the sensations you're having in the body. Of any thought forms that might be rising within you. Maybe you found your way onto the mat feeling some emotions before we began. Just let yourself be the witness to all of it here now. Seeing that we have intentionally, purposely moved energy through the energy center. That is our emotional center. Just let yourself be in the witness mode. How are you experiencing your practice today? Are you feeling any resistance to anything I've asked you to do? Are there any judgments rising? Are there any thoughts beyond this practice rising? Just be the witness without attachment, without the need to shift, change, or judge anything that shows up. Because since we have intentionally chosen to move the body, we are moving the energy through the body. Invite yourself into just going with the flow of it. And take 3 more minutes here. So as you drop yourself into the shape more, allow yourself to become heavier. Allow your body to surrender more. Allow your entire being to surrender more. You can invite the breath into helping move that further. As long as you are breathing, you are practicing yoga. Allow your breath to be long, slow, and steady. Let it flow in and out without hesitation or holding. Just be with it. Moving into the last 90 seconds in the shape here. Just allow yourself to let go more. Sensing yourself truly releasing, surrendering, and inviting that surrender. Inviting the pause that we're about to enter fully in just a few moments. Take a deep breath in. Sigh it out. On this next inhale, invite yourself to slowly, gently, and intentionally roll your body up, one vertebra at a time. And then once you find yourself up, bring your knees towards one another. Bring your feet to the end of your mat. And gently just roll down. Just slowly roll down. And as you roll down, bring those knees into the chest. Wrap the arms around the legs. Give yourself a big hug. Move into bilateral shape before we move into our final resting position. So from here, invite your arms to come out to a T. On the exhale, take your knees towards the left, lift your head towards the right. And just close your eyes down as you come into the lion twist. We're going to hold here for just a few moments. For right now, just let go of the need to be or do anything else. Simply witness. Witness the experience you're having here in this shape. Witness your movements in the shape. How is the breath expanding and creating space for you? How is the body surrendering more? On this next inhale, very intentionally take a deep breath in. On the exhale, sigh it out. And then on the next inhale, allow the knees to come through center, the head to come through center. And on the next exhale, just gently shift your knees towards the right, with your head towards the left. Pausing here for a moment. Witnessing, observing how you're experiencing this moment. Letting your body become heavy. Letting yourself become the witness. To how you are experiencing this moment here. On the next inhale, bring the head and knees through center. Give yourself a hug, one more hug here before you find yourself shifting into final rest. And as you're ready, I'm going to invite you to collect your pillows, your blanket, maybe that eye pillow or that washcloth. Just bring yourself into a completely restorative, receptive state for our guided meditation. Take the next 60 seconds to just allow yourself to get set up to receive. And once you have found your comfortable position to receive, whether it's on the mat bed, couch, just whatever's feeling intuitive for you here now today. Just find that space. And then begin to return to that quiet, gentle examination of the body. Just allowing yourself to settle in a little bit more with each exhale. And with each inhale, just visualize yourself inviting that beautiful fluid breath in. Letting go more with each exhale. Each inhale, creating space. And once you have found your body is fully settled, close the eyes if they're still open. Let the breath become passive. Let the breath become automatic. Moving in and out. Just close your eyes, close your body, close your mind, and drop down into the awareness of your pelvis, of the sensations that you have created through the movements that we've made. How are you experiencing awareness of the sensations in your hips and your low back? Begin to visualize in your mind's eye the waves of the ocean. Maybe visualize raindrops falling down over you. Or that you're standing under a great waterfall. That you're bathing and wading in a pool of crystalline water. Feeling all of the elements of water as they move through you, over you, to and from you. Whatever vision shows itself for you, visualize that here now. Now allow yourself to begin to imagine that you're standing at the edge of a beautiful bank of a river. That there is a beautiful bamboo raft set directly in front of you at this riverbank. The trees that are rising up around the river are beautiful cherry blossoms. And you see these cherry blossoms hanging over the river as you look down the stream. The sky has turned to night, and as you look up, the stars are beginning to become brighter. And you allow yourself to lay down upon the bamboo raft. And you release the raft from its ties at the river's edge. And you begin to float. Tea lights Japanese lanterns maybe float alongside of you as you are drifting downstream gently, purposefully, flowing. You feel the rippling of the river as it moves your raft from side to side. And you enjoy the soothing rocking of the water beneath you. The river is flowing with ease at a very comfortable pace. And as you gaze up at the beautiful night sky, all of the stars are twinkling down. Shooting stars are streaming across the sky, offering you a beautiful vision of dreams coming true. Scattered throughout, cherry blossoms hold the space of the sky from time to time, and you see the petals of the flowers, beautiful pinks and purples, reds. And you truly just allow yourself to be in this moment, in the flow, in the joy, in the pure element of enjoying this moment. As the chimes are singing, you see that your destination is ahead. The raft gently drifts to the bank once again, and you begin to find yourself tying up your transportation. Slowly beginning to bring yourself back to the earth. Taking with you the awareness of all that you gained while on this gentle journey. Slowly you begin to take a deep breath in, reawakening your body to the present. Taking another deep breath in, sighing it out. And one more deep breath in and sighing it out. Slowly, gently beginning to animate, move, stretch the body to bring yourself back into the present moment, slowly and intentionally. Maybe hugging those knees in once again, maybe rocking the body, maybe just remaining lying down. Wherever it is that you feel like you need to be in these next few moments, just be there. And then slowly, whether you're remaining in that lying position or you're finding your way up to a seat, bring your hands to the heart. Let the eyes close down if they're open. Let your chin tilt towards your fingertips, towards your heart center. Honoring that you have gifted yourself something amazing and beautiful and nurturing for your body, your mind, and your soul. Thank yourself for this gift of time to take care of yourself, to honor what your body and heart are calling for. Thank you for the gift of being a guide on this journey tonight. We'll close our practice here with our final greeting. May the long time sun shine upon you. May all love surround you. And may the light within you help to guide your way on. Namaste.